Hello everyone, my name is Fedro and this is cozyfeji, and on this channel we cover a variety of things such as video essays, reviews, and all things gaming. Today I thought I'd do a fun little chill video of me talking about all of the games that I played in the month of January. A quick little January wrap up. I kind of want to do this more often, monthly, hopefully, where I just share with you guys all of the games that I played in the month. And January was a pretty good one. I started off the month pretty strong. I started off the month with a game that I carried over from 2024. I replayed some games, and then I picked up some games that were new to me that had been in my backlog for a hot minute. But yeah, let's get on to it. I'm going to reference my gaming journal. I have been loving using my gaming journal when it comes to documenting my the games that I complete. For a while, I used my gaming journal as a way to just like write down reviews essentially of all the games that I've completed. But this year I wanted to use it as a way to like also just take notes while I'm playing. There is a game that I will mention in this video where I'm actually taking notes as I'm playing it. I kind of want to do this for games that I'm either replaying. That way I can just kind of like dissect it a little bit more and go on a deep dive and like really figure out what, like not figure out, but like figure out more of the themes and stuff that goes on into it. And also it's just a great way to just like, again, be more aware and be critically engaged with my games. Because sometimes whenever I play video games, especially when it's a replay, you kind of tend to just kind of like passively play because you know everything, you know the story beats, you know how the gameplay mechanics work. But it's really nice to be able to really be present in the game as well. It's also been a great way for me to not like look at my phone while I'm playing, because I want to be locked in, I want to be focused, and picking up my pen rather than my phone has been a really great way to really be present with my gaming. But yeah, let's talk about the first game that I played this year. And that is none other than Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake. What can I say about this game that I haven't already said about this game? I love Trails. If you guys don't know, I love Trails. I'm currently going through the Trails series. I started this channel because of Trails, specifically this game, and it lived up to the hype. I remember when we saw the little snippet of the trailer in the, I think, partner showcase back in 2024 about this game. I was so stoked that they were remaking it and allowing it to be more accessible to people on all platforms to play, which I thought was really great. And of course, seeing LaBeoul in a 3D world and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is similar to, I guess it looks a lot more similar, and I can feel like it fits more with the rest of the more recent games in the series. But it was so exciting to get back into this game and to fall back with these characters and to fall in love again with these characters, and not only to see Trails fans get back to the series to where it began, but to see new fans of JRPGs, or not new fans of JRPGs, but new fans to Trails get into this series, because I feel like Trails is such a interesting franchise because it's so long and it's a story that tells us like it over the franchise of the series, rather than like Final Fantasy or the Tales of, where each game is kind of its own story in itself. The Trails series is a story told over, how many games are we at now? 13, 14, 12? I don't know. I can't even keep up anymore. But there's a lot of stories. And a lot of people say there's different parts and places to start the series. And now we have the original start and a new coat of paint on the PS5, PC. I think this is on Xbox. I may be wrong, but it's on a lot of modern platforms. And I just loved playing this game. It was so much fun. And it was a bummer that I couldn't play it on the day that it came out in September. I was right smack dab in the middle of my last semester of school, and I had no time to play it. But I knew once my program was done, because I graduated this past December, this was one of the first games I knew that I was going to play right away. And I spent majority of like the month of December and a little bit of the first few days of the year playing this game, and it's amazing. It's pretty much, if you've already played it, you already know the story. But to finally see this game in 3D and to see it in a to hear it fully voiced was such a magical experience. And the cliffhanger, I forgot. Like, when I played this game, it made me realize, oh my god, I really love this game. And I really do love the Sky trilogy and the Liberl Sky arc. I just love it so much, and I cannot wait for the remake to come out this fall. It's probably going to come out around September again, but oh, it was so good. It was so much fun, and it just made me really excited to play it. I remember I was like, do I go and play the second chapter like right away, or do I go back to play Trails of Daybreak where I left off? But I will continue with the Trails series. I freaking loved it. It was amazing. But love. So the next game that I completed this month was, after playing such a pretty long, extensive JRPG, I wanted to slow things down and play a more chill, cozy indie game. And that game I picked up was What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, I had this game recently added to my library because me and my brother, we finally decided to make a family account on Steam, I guess, where we can share our live stream libraries, and this was a game that he had on his library. And I was like, you know what, I've heard about this game for a while, and I've heard great things. It's a short game. It was only like 4 hours, so I was like, say less. So I spent a day on my couch with my Steam Deck and I played this game, and it was a ride. It was a really, really well-paced game for it only being 4 hours, but I absolutely loved my time with it. Just a little excerpt about it, like on my gaming journal, I pretty much said, when I picked up this title, I thought I was in for a short and sweet gameplay setting, a cozy short indie to be used as a palate cleanser after a pretty hefty, beloved JRPG. However, I ended up playing a very sad, dark, and eerie generational story of a family who doesn't seem to catch a break. The main premise of this game is we follow Edith Finch as she goes back to her family home, and as she discovers the hidden mysteries of her family home, she also uncovers more and more about her family and the curse that has been haunting them for years, for generations. It was a super quick thing, clocking in at around 3 hours. The little puzzles and the way the story unfolded had me in tears, and I'm grateful that I played the game. I gave this a grade of a B+. Also, by the way, Trails in the Sky, I gave it an A plus because fantastic. But this was a fun time. I think the only reason why I gave it a B+ is just because there were some stories from certain characters in the game that I felt I enjoyed a little bit more, and some that were just kind of like, eh. But overall, it was such a fun time. I really loved how each character had their own, or like each family member had their own story, and it was kind of executed and played out in a different art style. Some was 2D, some was 3D, some was told in a comic book way. It was really fun, and I had no idea that it was going to be told in this different types of art styles. And I absolutely really loved my time, and it got me a little emotional and teary-eyed towards the end. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with this game. If you're looking for a short, sweet game to play in an afternoon gaming session, pick up this game. I'm pretty sure it's on a winter Steam sale every time for relatively cheap. I loved my time with it, and I definitely recommend. Now, the next game I played this month was a game I really had high hopes for, but for me, it just kind of fell a little flat and ended up having to end up dropping it, unfortunately. And that is Tavern Talk. Now, Tavern Talk is this really cool simulation kind of game where you play as a tavern owner in this D&D kind of world where all your patrons are different whimsical, cool creatures that all have their different walks of life, and they come into your tavern to have a chat or just talk about their life, or to maybe come in to fulfill a quest that you have on your quest board. And as you talk to these patrons, you can make really cool magical drinks that can boost their character traits, like their strength or dexterity and all that kind of stuff, things you would find in D&D, which I thought was really cool. Premise was really fun, and at the beginning I really thought it was super charming. I loved the art style, I loved the premise, I loved the story and the characters that came in was really cool. And I love the idea where that as these characters tell stories in your tavern, you can pick up little tidbits to build a quest for then other patrons to come in to fulfill and solve, which I thought was really cool. But however, I feel like once I got to the 6-hour mark, I'm not gonna lie, my mind was checked out. I kind of felt like the conversations were getting too long. Some of them were a little too dry, and some I just didn't care. There were times where I literally would have the conversations on auto as I'm doing other things in my room or cleaning up something or doing laundry, and I'd only check in every once in a while when I had to make a drink. And when I got to that point, I realized, yeah, I don't need to stick it out to this. I have free will. I can put this away. Even though, yes, I bought it, I don't have to complete it. I feel like sometimes we get caught up in this narrative that, oh, I bought this game, I have to play it to the end. I already put in money, yada, yada, yada. But like, again, we have free will. And if the game is not serving you, I can put it down and put it away. I think that the 6 hours I played in it was enough. I don't see myself going back to it. And just, again, I think my fault with it is that it just was too long. I think the game caps out at like 15-20 hours, and I feel like for a game of this nature doesn't need to be that long. Because when I played Coffee Talk around this time last year, it was only like 6 hours, I think, at most, which I think is perfect for this game. I think when I played it, I think I put in 4 hours, which I think is the perfect amount of time for this type of style of game that we're playing. Anything longer than that is just overstaying its welcome. So unfortunately, I gave this a C-. I feel like this game definitely has potential. I think it just wasn't for me. I understand that there are plenty of people who absolutely adore and love this game, and I love that for you. I love that for you, but it just wasn't for me. But yeah, I enjoyed the little bit, but towards the end, I was just like, okay, I need to go. And the next game that I picked up was definitely made up for the icky time that I had with that game, and had an amazing time with this game. And definitely, I think, has to be, it might top Trails in the Sky for being the most favorite game that I played in January. And that is Beacon Pines. Oh my god, I did not know what to expect when I picked up this game. Originally, I actually picked it up, I want to say around October time last year, because it kind of gave spooky vibes, very cozy, spooky vibes for the season. So I wanted to play it then, but again, I was in no headspace to play video games at the time because, again, I was in the nitty-gritty of school. So I ended up kind of putting it away, but knowing I will pick it up eventually. And I decided to pick it up during this month, and I do not regret it. I will read what I put in my journal about it. Man, this was a game I didn't expect to impact me the way that it did. Another indie darling that many more people should play. The narrative and puzzle game had such an amazing branching path method that kept you engaged and wanting to unfold more of its story. Set in a small town who is in the middle of preparing for their annual fall festival, you follow a ragtag group of kids led by Luca and his friends as they deal with the loss of his dead father and the disappearance of his mother. While going through that emotional strife, he uncovers the hidden mysteries and shady businesses going on in the town. This was an emotional journey, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I gave this an A+. It was so phenomenal. I do love the branching narratives and path in the story. It's told in this really cute storybook way, and while you're playing this game, you encounter little things in the story that will give you these little cute little charms, and each charm will say like flight or fight or tickle or run or whatever, and each of these charms you can insert into the storybook portion of the game, and it will give you a certain path towards the game. It'll either give you a good ending, not a good ending, but it'll uncover more of the story, or it'll give you a bad ending, and you kind of backtrack and maybe put in a different option or a different charm to see where the story will go. And I absolutely loved my time with it. I honestly kid you not, I was like crying when I got to a certain part of the story. Oh my god, I was not expecting to cry. Like, I was bawling my eyes out. It was such a sweet story. The characters are so endearing. I love the art style in this game as well. It was just phenomenal. It gripped me, and I really do love the branching paths. If you played games like the Nonary games or like the 99 game, it's kind of similar in that aspect where you play a certain path and you get blocked, and then you have to go back to another part, or either the beginning or a certain part to unlock more of the story, which is really fun. For it only being, I think I finished it in like 5 hours. For it being a 5-hour game, it was really well paced. There was never a moment in this game where I felt it was rushed. There was no lulls. Everything had a purpose and it was executed well. And I love the narration from the narrator that we got in the game. I thought her voice was great. All in all, it was such a fun time. If you are someone who loves a puzzle like branching narrative story, and a short one at that, I highly recommend you pick it up. I played it on my Switch because I picked it up, I think, on a winter sale that the eShop was having for like, I don't know, maybe $7, and it was worth it. I would have honestly paid full price for this because it's so amazing. And it's just a reminder that indie games truly, and I mean this so wholeheartedly, that indies are what's carrying this gaming industry. They're allowing themselves to experiment and tell such an imaginative stories that I feel like a lot of AAAs are too afraid to do. And I absolutely loved my time with it. And honestly, if there's anything or any game in this video that I recommend you play, it's without a shadow of doubt Beacon Pines. It was such a darling of a game, and I loved it. Now, the last game that I played, and I'm still playing, is actually a replay, and that is Final Fantasy XVI. Now I understand Final Fantasy XVI is a controversial title. I feel like what Final Fantasy isn't controversial? That fandom is truly hard to please. You guys don't like your own games anymore. I said what I said. But I remember when this game came out, this was the game that honestly pushed me to get a PS5. I just loved what I saw from the trailers and the teasers and all the hype that we were getting for this game, that I really wanted to play this firsthand. Play the demo, loved it. Bought it on release, absolutely loved my time with it, and it was one of my favorite games of 2023. And for a while, especially last year, I have been itching to replay this game. And for me, I'm not a person who replays games that often. I don't know what it is. I just never... I think it's because I feel kind of guilty replaying games because I have such a big backlog and there's so many games that I should be playing, that I feel like I should be playing, or like, oh, there's a newer reset I'd rather play. Going back and replaying a game felt kind of a waste of time. There are very few games that I've replayed in my collection. I think that's been Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Fire Emblem. Besides that, I rarely ever replay games. But again, like I said, I've been itching to replay this just because I want to revisit it to see if it still holds up and whether I do in fact still enjoy this game. And I feel like this would be a good way for me to kind of again dissect it, because this is what, as I was replaying it, I was taking notes. I have them right here in my gaming journal. I have quite a few pages of notes. Like, girl is taking a whole dissertation from this game, you would think, but I really am enjoying it so far. I'm seeing a lot of things in it that I didn't before. I'm making connections to what's happening in the game to what's happening in real life. I love this game. I feel like I might get on a little soapbox right now. But with the current state of what's going on in the world, and for me, I'm American, so what's going on in America, it's not fun out there. It's honestly disgusting. And there are certain aspects in this game that really resonate and relate to what is happening right now as we speak in America. And I feel like no matter what people say, video games can be a great way to really understand what's going on around you. Whether you subconsciously do it or not, you're still learning things. Like, for example, there's a militia group in the game called the Black Shields, which is a militia group headed by the queen of one of the regions. And their main goal is to purify the land and to get rid of the impurities. And then already that saying alone, it sounds disgusting, because it is. And they pretty much go around killing a certain group of people called the bearers. And the bearers in this game have the ability to hone in magical powers through the aether and crystals, or the mother crystal. And so they're pretty much going around persecuting these people. And honestly, as soon as I thought of them, I thought of ice. I know, hot topic. Some people might be like, oh, I'm clicking away. But again, I'm going on my soapbox for just a little bit, but again, it's just really interesting to see how much this game is very relevant today and what are going on around the world. And I love dissecting stories like that and to apply it to my own world. And I would love to really, honestly, I might make a video essay about like the themes in this video game and how it pertains to hope as well, because I feel like a lot of people got caught up with this game being such a dark and gloomy and sad game. And I get it is very dark and gloomy, but like, as someone who's a Black woman, I can understand and relate to a lot of the experiences that are felt in that game, and know that many people not in my current day of my life, but many people's histories who look like me had lived through that. And I think it was told beautifully well. I'm like, as of right now, I'm like at the part where they're about to go to Sambrec to get rid of the crystal, the mother crystal in that region. And if you know, there's about to be some crazy emotional damage about to happen in this coming part of the game that I'm ready for. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue playing this game into February, and I'm absolutely loving my time with it. And again, replaying this game as I'm like putting in the hours is reminding me why I love it. And I did buy the DLC. I think it's Echoes the Fallen and the Rising Tide that I hope to play in this playthrough, because I've had it for a while and I've yet to go back and play it. But yeah, I love my time with it. The only cons that I have for my particular gameplay or playthrough right now is that I am doing New Game Plus, and I started off with my character way too over leveled, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just breezing through the combat. I do have a con also just in general for the combat in this game, especially when it comes to big boss fights. I feel like as a player, you're more of a watcher, like you're like watching the game rather than playing the game, which I feel like kind of is a bummer, because the boss fights are really epic, but I'm kind of just like, okay, quick time event here, button mash here, and then I hack away, and that's about it. So that is a downside, I feel like, with the combat in this game. I do wish it was a little bit more intuitive. I also do wish that we could have played other characters. I wish they could have fleshed out other character paths, like Joshua and his time apart from Clive and his party, and learn more about Jill as well. Like and even Sid. There's so many characters that I wish we got to experience more of their story a little bit, but I understand their main goal for this game was it's supposed to be Clive's story. It's his story. And Clive, oh my god, Clive, he truly is one of my favorite protagonists ever. I love him so much, and I can also make a video about him. I truly could, and I kind of want to. But I love this game. I'm loving it so far, and replaying it has made me really love this game and why I loved it in the first place. And with that is all of the games that I played in the month of January. Now, February, I don't want to set myself up for failure because I am a mood gamer. I'm someone who needs to be in the mood to consume something. That's just with video games. That's just with anything. But I do have a general idea of how I want to play games in the month. I want to be able to play one big JRPG. I want to play one game that I want to replay. And then I want to do at least one chill, short, cozy indie game. I know for a fact that once I finish up Final Fantasy XVI, I will probably pick up a shorter indie game. I don't know what it will be, but it'll be something like that. I might play an Otome game, actually, because I have a lot of Otome games in my collection, and I did pick up some from the library. Also, go to your local library to pick up video games. Right now, I'm currently waiting for a hold for Code Vein 2 and Atelier Rosalana. But yes, go to your local library if you don't have the means to buy new video games, or are curious about a new game that's come out but don't want to hash out that money. Go to your library. I also definitely want to play Trails Through Daybreak and go back to that game. I do have Horizon. I ended up not pre-ordering. I picked it up, and I want to go back and catch up, because I do plan, at least if there's going to be any games or a game that I know that I'm going to play each month, it's going to be a Trails game, because I really want to be caught up. Because I have an itching and an inkling after playing Trails in Sky First Chapter Remake that I possibly might want to replay the entire series from the beginning again and do that for another like 3 years. Because I've been playing these series from the beginning since 2023 and it's 2026. That's insane. I mean, it shouldn't take me that long. It's just, how life. I was working, I was in school, but yeah, this month you'll probably see at the end of the wrap up for sure my thoughts and feelings of Final Fantasy XVI, Trails Through Daybreak 1, and an indie game, and a cozy chill one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I would love to hear what are the games that you played this month, and also what are some games that you're looking forward to playing in February. If you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!